Hello, welcome to another edition of 1036 here on Milwaukee PBS. I'm Portia Young. In May, a devastating fire destroyed a large portion of historic Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church on 9th and Highland. It's Milwaukee's oldest Lutheran church. The fire caused about $17 million in damages. Many of us here at Milwaukee PBS watched in horror as the flames gutted the top portion of the church. Trinity is our neighbor right across the street from our Milwaukee PBS studios here at the Milwaukee Area Technical College. Church officials now say the church walls are in satisfactory condition for reconstruction without any demolition. We invited our neighbors to talk more about the church's history and significance for our city and about their decision to rebuild. Joining me now are Pastor Edward May, vacancy or interim pastor at Trinity, and Ron Yancey, the congregation's chairman. Thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome.
We do want to start with the good news, and that is, of course, the plan to rebuild. And to not only rebuild, but rebuild at that exact location at 9th and Highland. Why is that so important to the congregation when actually the church was in a different location?
Yeah, that's true. We weren't too far away. We've always been in the city of Milwaukee, though. And so we're very community focused, and that's where our mission of getting God's word and the sacraments is all about. And so there are people that have been born and raised in this community for a long time, and so Trinity has become a bit of a staple visually and otherwise, certainly by its message. And we want to continue that because people recognize that we are part of Milwaukee, and they know that location real well. So that's important. We want to go where people have seen us, where they know they can find us.
What else is a specific plan for how to have that path forward?
Well, the heart of the people is very important, but we also believe that we've been placed here not by accident, but we believe that God has actually put the congregation here, and He has a whole lot more in store for us. So in terms of the plan then going forward, we are faith operated, and so we believe that trusting Him and His Word, that He can provide actually far beyond anything that we can imagine.
Can you tell us maybe perhaps what would be salvaged inside? What can you save?
We have not been able to get inside the building.
Oh,
okay. The city has not allowed people to get inside the building yet. I think last week the architects told us that they have some inkling of what's left in the building, but we don't know, and it's too early to talk about.
Well, let's talk about your story. I think it's fascinating. You were part of the original congregation, the first African-American congregation to be members at Trinity. Ron, you were just a toddler when your family started going there back in the 40s?
I hope I wasn't around for the original congregation.
No, not the original. But in 1949, you were the first African-American family to be welcomed into this.
My parents were the first African-American members of the congregation. In fact, my mother had gone to another church, and they had refused to have us join. And she was riding around on the streetcar, and she didn't know what to do, and she saw the spire at Trinity. So she decided to go there, and they welcomed her with open arms.
That seems very progressive at the time, and it seems like you still have those roots.
We do, and we are inclusive, again, because that's what we get from Christ. You know, it's what the scriptures tell us, that Christ so loved the world, that the Father loved the world so much that He gave us His Son. And so the world includes you and me and everyone that can walk on this earth.
Well, I do want to share some thoughts that we received from our Milwaukee PBS colleague, his renowned historian, John Gerda. We all know his name. He recently wrote about Trinity, and he says this, quote, "Whatever your faith or lack thereof, historic places of worship are among the most important fixtures of our skyline. They represent our collective memory. They connect us with our immigrant ancestors. They are irreplaceable touchstones of identity and indisputable makers of place. Well, John couldn't join us because he's out of town, but I just wanted to share those words and have you reflect on them. What do they mean to you?
And that's a very heartening message to hang on to, you know, that there really is a continuity that supersedes generation after generation.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Pastor May. Thank you, Ron Yancey, for being here.
Us.
You're welcome.
Thank you. If you want to see more photos from Trinity Church, from the Milwaukee Independent, or read John Gerda's article in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, just go to MilwaukeePBS.org and click on the Around Milwaukee tab. Tell us what you think about the stories you've seen here on 1036. We want to also hear your story ideas. Call us at 414-797-3760. Give us your feedback and your ideas. And remember, you can always check us out on Facebook and at MilwaukeePBS.org. That'll do it for this edition of 1036. We leave you with some beautiful images of the Water Lantern Festival in Milwaukee, courtesy of Lee Matz and our partners at Milwaukee Independent.